Well, it was a huge crowd that came out to welcome His Excellency the President as he embarked on a constitutionally mandated tour to meet the people across the country. We started yesterday in SL, where he inspected the building of a new model police station, which is almost finished to completion. Then we proceeded to visit the famous Hakalang Road, which is 87 kilometers with 75 culverts. It's a huge, big investment, 87 kilometers that traverses from Opanyomi all the way to Kuntaya in Jokadu.
And how many of the 87 kilometers have been tarred already?
82% is complete. We have almost 18% more. It's almost done. It's a big project. Then we had our final meeting in Jokadu, where the president had a massive welcome from the people of Jokadu and Opanyomi and Lowonyem. It's a joint meeting of these three constituencies. Well attended, very big meeting, and the highlight of the event was the distribution of $21 million to 51 young Gambians to engage in various agricultural projects. Mm-hmm. So 21 million is distributed among 51 young people. Mm-hmm. Roughly, I would say over $400 per person, mm-hmm, to engage in the rice value chain, in poultry, and in other sectors. With it. It's a giraffe project. So the tour continues today.
Okay, fantastic. How relevant is this tour? I mean, we had a commentary at the beginning of the program questioning the relevance of this tour.
Extremely relevant. It gives the president the opportunity to meet the people, to meet the citizens, to meet the voters, people who elected him to deliver and discuss his aspirations for them, his vision, but also his in fulfillment of what is promised to them, his programs and his projects, ongoing projects. Also listen to them. In fact, the last word he said in his meeting yesterday, that he won't say much. He's there to listen to the people he is servant to, the people who employed him, if I may quote him. In fact, he said, I'm here to listen to you, you who employed me to serve you. I'm here to listen to you, to tell me exactly what your challenge is. I'm here to listen to the farmers, to the women, to the young people, to know exactly how I should now design my policies. So he's there to serve. It's a very relevant tour. He listens. Farmers were discussing their challenges. The people of Jokadu were discussing their challenges as well. It also gives them the chance to interact with the people, to know exactly what they're, but also tells the people his vision. And also they can also hold him accountable, because remember, this tour is happening every year. Whenever he goes, he makes promises. When you make promises, you have to fulfill those promises. So when you go back, to face them that, look, last year I came here, this is what I promised, and I've delivered. So it's a very, very relevant tour.
Okay, and what were some of the issues that came up on day one? What did the people of Jokadu, the people of the surrounding villages who assembled, in front of him, request of him?
Well, one of the important things is that I think that particular village, they don't have a senior secondary school up to grade 12. Oh. They only have so the president promised yesterday they was going to extend that particular school to a grade 12. That was a promise he made. But also one of the things that came out was that the groundnut season wasn't very good. Some of the groundnuts have an issue by some farmers. We don't know whether it is sporadic or whether it is it cuts across, whether it's system. We don't know what the problem is. So what NARI is doing now is to do research to find out, because we have enough water, they had good fertilizer, so we really don't know. But some are saying that, particularly those who planted late, that their groundnuts really didn't come out well. That was one. But also in Jokadu, they also wanted more roads as well. And that is something that the president is looking at, because what this government has done under the leadership of His Excellency is that we've built more roads. If you combine both the First and the Second Republics, his government has built more roads. But it's never enough. With citizens, they always have demands to make. But again, these are the three key things that came out. That is roads, because electricity, they're not complaining of electricity. Nobody's talking about electricity, nobody's talking about water, because these have been, if you go to all these villages, they all have electricity now. So electricity is an issue. You see electricity poles, grids in places far, far away, places that have never enjoyed electricity before since independence. Now they have electricity. So that's not. So the three main issues that came out was this particular school, for an extent, for a grade 12, but also the groundnut season, to consider how to help to give emergency support to farmers, particularly those whose groundnut season is not very good, and also the issue of roads as well.
Yeah, well, and the groundnut price is an issue because the secretary of the Gambia Farmers Union actually asked me for your number, and with your consent, after the program, he will either get it or not. And this is a letter he will be sharing with you later, addressed to the president. Proposed prices for farmers' products. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Gambia Farmers Union, I wish to extend my gratitude for your continued support of the agricultural sector and our farmers. In light of the recent market dynamics and input costs, we are proposing the following as fair purchasing prices for this year's crops to support both the sustainability of farmers and the affordability of food items for our citizens. Groundnut, $58.80 per kilogram. Broken groundnuts, $123.35 per kilogram. Corn, $50.50 per kilogram. Coarse maize, $35.75 per kilogram. Bambara groundnut, $120.60 per kilogram. And broken rice, $40.25 per kilogram. These proposed prices are based on current market conditions, production costs, and the need to ensure the economic well-being of our farmers. We believe that these prices will provide fair compensation to our producers while maintaining stable prices in the local market. We hope for your favorable consideration of these prices and look forward to your continued support for the agricultural sector. When the president travels, people like, the secretary of the Gambia Farmers Union, what chances, what opportunities do they have to meet him face to face?
Well, huge opportunities. The president is one of the most accessible presidents in the continent, and we all know that. And he
more
listens.
Accessible than Paul Kagame?
Of course.
Who I hear, would be driving by, young children playing football, and he would come out of his car and encourage them?
Well, the president does that. When he was in Bankamang recently, he would engage and interact with the people of URR very freely. So, he's very accessible. I think he's here to listen to the farmers. I wouldn't see any issue with the someone of his...
You'll have his number.
Yeah, of course. I'll share my number with him.
He requested your number,
I'll give him a call.
And I just don't give people's numbers like that.
Of course, I will do that. But just to be fair to the government, I think the farmers' input costs have significantly gone down because of government subsidies in seeds, government subsidies in fertilizer, and also government support by making sure that they paid for tractors to clear almost 9,000, I think it's 9,000 hectares, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the exact, but they've really helped farmers to clear their lands for free. They've also helped farmers with seeds, which is a government subsidy in hundreds of millions of dollars. Of $1.5 billion was spent on subsidy for fertilizer. Remember, the price of fertilizer was $2,600 a couple of years ago to now $1,150. So government has done everything to reduce the farmers' inputs. Now, however, when it comes to the prices, I'm happy that he's saying it's a proposal, because the prices in the markets, prices of cereals, are determined by many conditions in the market. So I think what the president said yesterday when asked by a journalist what is his great news for the people, he said he's going to keep that very close to his chest, that when it's time for him to announce the good news to the farmers, he will announce the good news. I believe that he would really give a fair price to the farmers.
Okay.